Oh, it's on. There we go. Hey, sorry, I was setting this up and then I had to restart my computer. And I was going to have some people over I was talking to. And that was an hour ago, almost exactly. Because I had this big reboot that I had to do. And it took for friggin' ever. And it's still going on. It's still updating everything. It's just updating everything. So, oh my goodness. Like I was going to do this an hour ago. It's too late now. Now I want to go to bed. But because I set it up right before I thought the restart was going to be like 15 minutes maybe. And at 15 minutes, it was still doing the little circle uploading. And then it got to 100% and it says, okay, now uploading again. It started back up again. I was like, oh, what is going on? So that was kind of crazy. So I'm trying to, I don't know what happened. I haven't had internet problems until now. It may have been the internet. I don't know. But kind of crazy. Like I said, an hour ago, I was supposed to do this. Um, but it was working fine. It was working fine. But this reboot is forever. Like I said, I can still see it going on. It updated everything, like all the apps and stuff. And I don't know what it is, but it has just got me back on. I mean, it's way too late for me to stream now. I'm tired. Like I said, an hour ago, this would have been fine. Oh, look at that. Bruce is up. Bruce is up this late. This is what happens. Yeah, Bruce. Bruce would have done a podcast with me, but he works all the time. He's probably coming home from work right now. That's how much the man works and everything. I'm looking at this. This update is not going to go away. Anyway, no, what I was saying is get ready. I'm not going to be doing much live streaming, obviously. You just got off work. There it is. I'm not going to be doing much live streaming, obviously, because the new kitties are around the corner now. It's a little over a week now. Trying to get everything ready. Um, I don't know. I don't know what I got, Blue Pig. I know what I got sucked because it took forever. I mean, seriously, 15 minutes. Dylan and Brian, I was talking to, and I said, let's do a live stream. They're like, yeah. And I was like, oh, hold on. It's saying for me to restart my computer. I hit restart, and I said, I don't know what's going on. And then it restarted. I was like, okay, it'll be a few minutes. So I went down, talked to the missus, had something to drink, came back, and it's still going. I was like, oh, dang, it's been 15 minutes now. So I told Dylan, and then I told Brian like 30 minutes into it, I was like, I'm sorry, it's still going. I don't know what's going. Like every time it would come up, it's like, oh, here's Skype update. Oh, here's this update. Oh, here's this. It's still moving in updates. But finally, I've been working around. Hello, Steve. How's it going? I don't even know if it'll invite. Let me see if the invite works here. See, everything froze up now. I don't even know if you can see me now because all I see is oh, there it is. Yeah, for some reason, man, it is moving slow. I do see where it's still updating things, but I was like, man, I got stuff I gotta do. Like get up in the morning. Steve, why weren't you on coffee chat? Oh rats, I can't even see the chat now. Everything blanked out. I hope my computer isn't dying. That's the one thing I don't need right now. You know, I know my last laptop crapped on me just out of the blue. Out of the blue, it just died. And I mean, just went blue screen and everything. So I'm hoping that's not the case. Like I said, tonight, even, it's been great up to an hour ago. And now I can't see anything. I am out of the chat. I don't even know if I'm streaming right now. I see the light on from my video camera, but I do not see anything. Wow. Yeah. So obviously having some technical issues. Sorry about that. It's not showing me anything, guys. Someone asked me about Lord of the Rings. I don't even know if you can hear me now, but someone asked me about Lord of the Rings. I knew it was going to be crap from the beginning because what is it? Wheel of Time was garbage, and I probably won't even bother watching it. Probably won't even bother watching it. Oh wait, there I am. I can see me now. What I miss? I don't know what you're talking. Oh, you're talking about Lord of the Rings. Okay, yeah. That's just so weird. I don't know what's going on. Is this update still going? It's still going on. Goodness gracious. All right, let me try this again. It's really strange. It's really strange. I just don't get it. I don't know why everything slowed down. Because I noticed it and then I saw that I needed an update. So I told Brian and Dylan, I said, hey, let me just reboot my computer real quick, get this update in here because everything's slowing down. And boy, was that a mistake. I see oh no, there I am. There I am. See if that works. I don't think it ever work. Oh no! Oh no! I got to get something done tonight. Oh no! Oh no! That's why I had it pulled up, and my computer's crapping out, and I should have done it early tonight, and I didn't. How terrible of me. Let's see. Oh, I was streaming the whole time. Good deal. Okay. I see the stream again now. So, oh no, this is a little frustrating. Let's see here. If you love the books, you'll hate the show. Yeah, of course. Did you like your long hair? Absolutely not. Let's see if I bring these comments up. Yeah. No, hated it. Hated it. Never coming back. You'll never see it again. You never see the one time I had long hair. I don't remember. I just left the bank I worked at, and I wanted to grow my hair out because I didn't care, and it was about as long as no, it wasn't as long as I grew it out at the end of this pandemic, and I cut it very quickly. It didn't last very long, and because it wasn't that long, and then I'll show a picture of that. But my hair this past, when did I cut it? Last summer. Wow. Yeah, it gotten really long. I was watching some old videos like, dang. Yeah, never again. Never again. Never again will I do it. I hated it. I hated every I hated it. I didn't have the ghost hair when I cut it. I didn't even care when I cut it. My wife went, "That's short." And now you can see the old Reed Richards I got going on my temples now. You couldn't see it. Everyone goes, "Oh my gosh, man, you got gray hair." Yeah, I've had gray hair. Just for some reason, when I guess the other hair kind of grew over it, you didn't notice. But yeah, do not miss the long hair. Whenever I couldn't figure out how to do a ponytail, I was just stupid. I couldn't figure out how to do a good ponytail or anything. And whenever the wind blew, it blew hair in my face. I mean, the wind could be, I could be going against the wind, and it's going to just whip around and put my hair in my face every time. It was so annoying, so annoying. Not annoying. It's much easier to shampoo it now, but it was the wind being there, and then the hair being like crazy everywhere. I hated it. So, uh, oh, thanks. I rocked the long hair. Well, I appreciate it. My wife liked it. Who is Jason Lee? Look him up. I'd look him up if my daggum crappy. Oh, wait. Is it done? Is the last update done? No, it's not. But I'm able to navigate a little bit better now than I was. Still, though, what a bunch of garbage. Oh, wait. I'm out again. I'm out again. It blanked out on me. All I see is a white screen. Oh, I really hope my computer's not dying. But let's see. Update's still going on. It doesn't even tell me how much. It just has the bar, and the bar is maybe 3/4 of the way there. Okay, so I don't know what that is. I don't know if I can get back to my SteamYard. If I do, let me tell you. Exciting stuff coming on the Star Wars Expanded Universe website. You're not going to want to miss that. It's going to be good stuff. That's what I was talking to Dylan and Brian. Of course, EU March Madness starts soon. I sadly will not be a part of it as much as I want to because I'll have extra babies along the way. So I'm not going to be taking as big a role, but I think it's going to be one of the biggest tournaments and the tournaments that get more people excited than what we've done in a while. I think people are going to really like it. Much better than vehicles, you know. It was a much better idea. We probably should have done that one. Hey, there, I'm back now. Um, I see Bruce is still in the chat, but anyway, um, but we're gonna be doing that's gonna be coming up soon. That's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm trying to get videos as 2x2. I can do it. I know I can do it. It's just getting the time recording videos. I spent how much time today? 2 hours just sitting in front of a camera talking. Ooh, that was rough. That was rough. But now I got to do a bunch of editing. I almost like the editing better than just doing the presentation because it's like I have to have my notes with me now. But trying to get as many videos ahead. I was way ahead. I'm still way ahead, but I want to get that 2 for 2 started early. Get so I won't have to because I don't know when the new babies are here, how much time will I really have to do stuff? That's what's worrying me. So I want to get to where I don't have too much pressure. Like if the rate I'm going, when the babies come, I will not be finished with that 2x2, but I may have to do like 1.25 book review or 1.25 videos a day a week. So if I do two, I'm doing really good. If I do one, I'm barely under what I need. That's what I think I can get to, just to kind of not put too much pressure on me. So right now I'm staying up every night doing that. Yep, extra babies equals no time, no time. Thoughts on when the baseball season will happen? The next day after, never. Here's the thing: the players are doubling down. They say we are not asking for the impossible. Yeah, but they're not going to give it to you, and the owners always win. I was just talking. This is what I want to talk to Dylan about. Dylan and I were first going to talk about baseball for 10 minutes, watch the whole chat die, and then bring in Star Wars. What's your favorite EU book? Other than with MC main characters other than Luke, Han. I mean, those are my favorites there. You mean a prequel book? Is that what you're talking about? A prequel book? I mean, Darth Plagueis, I guess. If you're talking about prequel books, maybe. I mean, you kind of limited it to prequel books there. Oh, here we go. But only going to be for new canon High Republic stories. Oh man, that's sad. That's sad because I read a really good insider story that I don't know is published in there, but should be. No, I wouldn't watch it. I'll be honest, after rereading a bunch of the books, I Jedi probably will not be number one. We'll see. It still has a chance, but there's some garbage I've read. One, two, three, four books I know are probably for sure going to be in. One book is for sure going to drop out because it's not as bad as those four. And I have even gotten to a lot of other bad stuff. So we'll see. Have I ever asked about Dark Tide? Ninja Order is great, but yeah, what about it? You and everyone else did. Yeah, the video you're watching, I did a long time ago. I think I'm done with videos at the old house because now I'm in the new house, and you'll tell because I'm standing up in front of it. But after a while, I got to go to the side because in that closet or in that store, that attic area where I'm putting the camera in, the heater's been going on every night, and it's so freaking loud. I jumped the first time. I was like, "What was that?" Here's this, whoa, and it starts just heating up the room. I was like, "Oh gosh, I got to move this camera." So in one video, you see me, I'm here, and then I'm talking to you to the side, and then from there on out, I'm talking to you to the side because that when I close the door, you can't hear it. But when I open that door and I put the camera right there, it's so loud, so loud. So I have to wait till it warms back up and I'm not using it as much. Uh-oh, there it is. I know. It's great that we have the same likes. I love that. Yeah, we did a More Civilized Age on this. So definitely look at the last More Civilized Age that came out last week and check it out. We had a lot of great thoughts on it. Oh, no, it was gonna be a trilogy, went to a duology. Yeah, that's fine because he decided it's gonna be a duology. I think that was it. Hey, well, let's see if I can get him on there. Hey, man.
Good morning.
Good morning. You
Yeah.
know, I was talking to Teresa the other day, and she told me you're a dirtbag. What was all that trash talk by Teresa?
What? She told
Teresa?
me. Here's the thing. I was on the phone with her just 5 minutes ago.
Oh, the phone with her? Were you not?
Yeah, use the Hangout app.
Oh, that's nice. How's she doing?
Tired. She tuned into your show and got tired, so she went to bed.
Good for her. Well, Steve, will the EU? Oh, wait, come on, pull up. Oh, I froze up. Will the EU ever be continued?
I don't think so. I think we might get some bits of EU now and again. That's what I think, but it's going to be like a standalone comic or something like that. I think.
Yeah, I think it's going to be something like. I mean, the only hope, and I think I mentioned this, the only hope that we really have is. I don't know what she's talking about. She's going to
See?
sleep.
Yeah, you put her to sleep.
Oh man.
You know what though? Technically, if the Old Republic online game gets another update, then that's continuation of the EU.
Yeah, I think Kathleen Kennedy retires, and then someone comes in and really cleans house. Not to be vindictive, but you've got to get rid of all of those, all the pettiness, all the fan attacks and stuff like that. You got to get rid of those people and say, hey, either shape up or ship out, and most of them have to ship out. And then from there,
but then again, if someone does that, the person's going to be accused of racism and get canceled because all of the diversity hires.
You just kind of set them straight and go, hey, we don't attack fans for anything. And there's ways to phrase that, put that in the wrong. But the thing is, they're not. I've said this before, and Twin Sons and I made a play. We talked to Lucasfilm straight up and said, hey, what if we want the Legends? What if we want the rights for Legends? How much does it cost? How much does it cost? Because we were gonna, because back then during the pandemic, Twin Sons couldn't go to children's schools or hospitals because they were, kind of, you couldn't go in there. And I'll let that go, Chris. Yeah, so it's something where if they told us no new legends, they don't want new legends. They don't. And it's funny how we've redefined legends. Oh, go ahead.
There was a rumor, strong rumor actually, just the other day, that Disney are working on a live action Shadows of the Empire. No, here's the thing. That whole, the time frame where Shadows of the Empire takes place,
yeah,
is already cluttered with Disney comics, so it
it's
won't work in Disney canon whatsoever.
it's going to be.
So if they do a movie and if they do it by the book and just slap the Legends banner on it, I'll be fine with it.
Like I said, I would be fine. Thanks, Alex. Welcome. I would be fine with them just giving us books and comic books. I would be fine. I don't need another movie. I don't need a TV series. They can make that all new canon. They can even bring out new canon books and comic books. But you know what? Here's the honest truth. Lucasfilm is not giving away the rights to do legend stories. Legends, meaning the EU. Legends
No.
used to be something that was non-canon, and now it's not. We've fans have redefined to Lucasfilm what Legends is. That whole samurai Jedi book or comic book that came out. Do you remember what I'm talking? What's it called? Star Wars Ronin or something?
The one with the helicopter.
Oh, you're kidding me! I'm restarting for some reason.
Oh, well, I'll talk to the chat while you're. Yeah, he's frozen. Okay, I'll take responsibility and talk to the chat. Let's see. The Blue Pig says, "Yes, I'm ruining the stream. It's my problem. Star Wars Ronin was garbage." Matt Wilkins, who's that? Is that weirdo troll? Apparently his computer is restarting. Yeah, well, that's relevant to the conversation. No, Michael, I am not watching the Olympics. Michael also says, yes, more books. I agree with that. You know what? I would be happy and satisfied if they just gave us the Sword of the Jedi trilogy and the Darth Zana duology. If they just did that, just finished what they kind of had started back in the day, that would be fine, because Crucible does feel like an ending, doesn't it? Even if there's some threads left open and all. I mean, there's threads left open in the Lord of the Rings too. So, yeah. If I got the Sword of the Jedi trilogy and the Darth Zana duology, that would be good enough. The Blue Pig asks, is Crucible any good? Crucible is supposed to be a bridge from the Legacy era to something else. Luke goes into exile, kind of. He leaves, which fits perfectly with what Lucas had planned for his sequel trilogy, by the way. And yeah, it's kind of like a bridge novel. It was supposed to pass the torch over to the younger generation, but yeah, I don't know. It has it's almost like a bittersweet ending feeling to it too. Matt Wilkins is asking, are you reading any EU right now? Well, not right at this moment, but earlier I was reading. I finally started reading Heart of the Jedi. So I'm not sure. Does that? It's pseudo EU, isn't it? Because it was cancelled. I don't know. I'm enjoying it though. The book is definitely doing Han Solo right, in my opinion. I'm only 100 and something pages into it though, and I did spot a gigantic plot hole in it. Oh damn! Blue Pig says he picked up a hardcover of Dark Force Rising for 25 cents the other day. That is a bargain, sir. I think I had to pay $10 for that one. Something. Iron Inquisitor saw my post about the book on Twitter. Yes. Rob D asks, any EU I don't have but want to get my hands on? Yes, the second and the third Dark Forces novellas. Definitely. And the hardcover Kenobi and a hardcover Plagueis. I think if I have that, I'll be. I don't feel like I need anything else because I have a pretty big. I have all the novels in paperback, and I have all the Epic Collection omnibuses that have been re-releasing. Let's see, Steve, what's the rarest Star Wars book in your collection? It's probably Heart of the Jedi, isn't it? Because that was only on sale for a week or two before it got removed. So, yeah, Ethan Cunningham, the hardcover Darksaber is cheaper than the paperback. This is true for a lot of the Bantam books. I actually bought hardcovers by mistake when I was collecting the paperbacks because they were cheaper. I just assumed it was the paperback. Let's see. There's a Barnes & Noble hardback Kenobi coming soon. Really? I did not know that. I will keep my eye out for that one. Let's see. Ghostfish has problems with the first Dark Forces novella. You know what? I agree with you. It's not any kind of perfect story. It's a wobbly story, I'd say. But I'm a massive Kal Katarn fan. And yeah. So I'm giving it a little bit of leeway. Jace Fox. Yeah. Matt Wilkins is having computer issues, so I've completely taken control over this facility. And we'll see how that goes. Ludwig says a paperback is going to have other short stories following Kenobi. Probably legends, but some could be canon. That is true. They did release that short story collection from Star Wars Insider last year. And that one was supposed to be Legends, but it was full of Disney Star Wars crap too.
All right.
Hi, Wilkins. Fancy seeing you here.
Back on. Just the phone now. Look at this. I've never done this on the phone. So, hey, I'm mobile though. So it is at 0% update. And it's just turning around. So it's going to be a while. But now I at least got on. So you can kind of see. I can actually, this is actually pretty good because I can show around my house here. Of course, all the board games are back over here. But right in this corridor is where I will do the reviews. And you'll see me, as you see, my shelves are now over here now.
Oh, I used to dream of having a corridor.
Yeah,
luxury.
Long cord. I'm telling you, long corridor that opens up into a big room here. And so I am glad that I'm doing this mobile now. So this door goes to the attic out here. The heater's there. So the first few videos, you're going to see me here talking because I put the camera out here. But whenever that heater turns on, it's super loud. So I had to close it. And a majority of the videos I'm doing now is me like this. I have it in the background behind me here while I'm setting the camera here or something, And that's kind of how it's going to look for a while. But yeah, so that's where I had to put them because anywhere else I could put them, against this wall, there wasn't just enough. It kind of halfway show. It kind of go a little bit into the hallway there. And plus I thought, well, the hallway's perfect because I can just stack them there. I couldn't put all my board games back there, even though that would be really ideal. There just wasn't enough room for all the shelving. Well, I say that now. Dang, there kind of is. Maybe if I have some free time. So, well,
you could use that big room and make that a huge library.
I could put my board games down this hallway, I bet. Well, this is pretty long though. Those are both pretty long. So I don't think I could. Maybe. I don't know. But that would.
You know what? Put the board games into a small room and put a sign over it that says room and board games.
Hey, why weren't you on Coffee Chat today? That's my question.
I was sleeping.
Ah.
I've had insomnia issues, and I finally fell asleep, and I slept for over 10 hours. I was out.
What is it? Hold on. Let me get some of these messages there. Dark room down the corridor. Actually, yeah, we'll do a Blair Witch project here. I'll kind of take you through here. There actually is. I don't think I showed this when I was showing off the house. So this is, of course, the freaky attic here with the I don't know if anyone knows what a blue dog painting is, but my buddy did that for me. They take famous situations and put a blue dog in it. It's a New Orleans thing. But oh wait, I forgot I had that. Oh yeah. Did I finish that?
They should take a scene from Basic Instinct and put a blue dog thing in there.
He's only painted. He's a really good painter. He's only painted 2 or 3 things, and they've all been for me. He's actually not a painter in real life. He's an appraiser, but he went to school for art. And his wife was telling me, he said, yeah, he only has painted things for you, but he doesn't do it now. But I said, I pick on him every once in a while. I say, yeah, I'm the only one that has all your paintings. Okay, so as you see, there's a door here. Okay, it's like they cut out the drywall, made a door, so there's extra. And this is all, it's kind of half finished. But there's another room back in here. This is where Escape from Daegu is, and hopefully someone can call the police if we come across something in here that's freaky. Back in here is all storage. Now there is a light. Hold on. Oh my gosh, it is freezing in here. All right, so there's the light. Bunch of Christmas stuff here, but then back here is just the rest of the stuff from my room that came with me. A lot of it I threw away, and somewhere here I'm hoping is my bookmarks. My Star Wars bookmarks got thrown in. I've dug through all these boxes except for some of them that I know they're not in, but I lost my Star Wars bookmarks. I can't find them. I know I either put them in that box there is the culprit number 1, because that was the box I had, but then it could be in this bin or that box.
You need to make a video where you're sitting there and actually crying and talking about the lost bookmarks.
The lost bookmarks. I mean, seriously, because I've had paper. I don't have another bookmark. So it is freaking freezing in there too.
Teresa knits bookmarks.
Oh, she does?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I need her to make me an expanded universe bookmark, because I need a good one, because I got a cheap little paper one that belongs to my little girls. No, it doesn't belong to my little. It's one of my wife's. My wife's got 2 of them. One of those little card. It's like card stock almost, and it's already bending and tearing. So, and I don't have any, because that's all my bookmarks I had. Most of them were Star Wars. Some of them were other things. I think there's a zombie one and something else, but they're all gone. I don't know. I talked to my nephew who was with me, and he didn't know where they went either, and they're just gone. No idea.
I just use pieces of paper as bookmarks. Like I rip a bill in half or something after I paid it, of course.
Well, I've done that. It's water somewhere in there. No, I'm using pieces of paper right now. Shoot. I wish I had Crystal Pepsi. Hey, there.
I remember Crystal Pepsi and RC Cola.
Oh yeah, man, it's good stuff.
RC Cola was better than the other one.
Oh, RC Cola is good. I can get RC Cola. Okay, so you get to see this is another closet where all my vintage games are held, and then there's all the Star Wars comic books. The actual
my birthday in May.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's what?
My birthday is in May.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we knew that. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to get rid of
No,
things,
that's okay. But yeah, this is back. The only trade you see there are Star Wars Tales because
hmm,
I stopped collecting it. And, oh no, the other ones is Empire because I got pissed at Empire and stopped collecting it too, or stopped picking it up. So then I eventually went back and had to get the trades. But that's all the single issues. That's most of them. And then there's two other boxes. They're not all Star Wars though. These are all Star Wars I know for sure. There's Yub kind of kicking it, sitting there. There's another small door that leads to a crawl space.
it looks like he died from exposure from not having the key to the door.
Yub Nub shoved someone in there and has been holding them in there for who knows how long.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, then I got just other random stuff around here, but no, I cannot find where those bookmarks went for the life of me, and that's kind of bothered me because really want them. Oh, forgot about that. I got a ring light, to kind of have some more light on me, and I forgot I'd gotten it, but it's here. Huh. A lot of stuff. I need to go back through the, after you unpack or whatnot, you throw those boxes somewhere, you never go back to see them again.
Yeah. You know what I found in my storage room the other day?
What was that?
Hardcover Raymond Feist and Robert Jordan books. They were in a box. They were in Norwegian though, but still, original covers and all.
Oh wait, am I up? Am I available now? Maybe the update finally went through. And here's a nice comfy chair that I use to read books in.
Yeah, that's I've actually made a reading corner in my apartment too.
I love it. I love it. There's a footrest that's downstairs. At first, my wife wanted it downstairs, but it doesn't match any of the other furniture. I said, no, bring it upstairs. She wanted to take a couch upstairs. I was like, no. So we put that upstairs. I really want that footrest though. I just need to go get it. She just has a bunch of the girls' clothes on it, so I just need to dump them and just take that footrest. It's that this thing was harder to get up there than the footrest because it's so wide. I had to squeeze it through that hallway, but the footrest is easy. But I want that because I love a little. I've never had a little reading nook. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, I made one, and I'm using a chair from the '60s, kind of like a leather recliner thing that my grandmother gave me. So I've had it for a couple of decades now, and it has a footstool. So
that's awesome.
Lean back, and I have a brand new lamp next to it, and
yeah. Well, what I was telling people, the computer's coming back on. Hey. So I may get rid of this and get back on there. But what I was telling Brian and Dylan is I want to there's other things I want to do, besides read Star Wars. There's other books I'd like to read. There's other things I like to do. But the thing is, the expanded universe is, and not surprising because I do videos on it all the time. It's engaging, man. It's so good. I've been engaged in the storyline. When I get through reading something, I want to jump to the next one. It just reminds me again why I love it so much.
I've actually been on a Star Wars break with the exception of the Heart of the Jedi, because I figured, I was cheering so loudly for it. I better read it, But giant plot hole in it though.
And Heart of the Jedi, you said?
Yes.
Yeah. What was it?
I'm only 120 pages in.
Okay.
But when the shapeshifter guy is listening in on Luke when he's talking to Kenobi about the bowl?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. And then he reports back to his superiors, the conversation, and they're like, oh, Heart of the Jedi, we need to follow him, and this is the key to blah blah blah. The shapeshifter is not force sensitive. He shouldn't be able to listen to Force Ghost Kenobi.
Is he just? It's been a while since I've read it, so I don't know.
He doesn't even know what the Force is. He says it.
Okay.
So if you're not force sensitive, you can't see force ghosts because they are the force.
Right. Right.
So the whole narrative takes a gigantic hit.
So I'm wondering, is he reacting to what he heard Luke say, since he can hear
No,
Luke?
he's referring to the whole conversation.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, like I said, it's been a long time, so
Yeah, but it's
I don't.
that one is, even though I like it and want it to be there, it's still a plot hole.
You 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 know what Tim's been doing lately? He's been enjoying the Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said it was going to be a train wreck, and people lost their minds, and now they're losing their minds because it's a train wreck. I am smiling.
Yeah. Well, Tim, whenever he's on there, he is so miserable when he's on Rhino's stream. And Tim, I see you're in the chat now. What had happened was I meant to do this like a long time ago, and I hit reset on my computer, and it is still, what are we? Almost on hour number 2 now. It's just been one mess up after the next. So I know he was streaming, and I listened to it for a little while, and I can't do Book of Boba Fett talk. I can't, I love those guys. I love them. But anything new canon, I can. I mean, and hats off to them that they want to talk about it. But I've just, like Rhino wants to talk about it. It's the hot topic to talk about. I'm sure he gets a lot of people interested in it. A lot of people want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to see it. However, my 2 friends, oh dang it, it reset everything. Well, that is.
You know what though? I have not watched it, but I've seen clips, right? And just from seeing clips, I've been able to spot where they ripped it off. They've just stolen scenes from comics and just glued it together. And they even stole the Shogun assassin scene with the ball or the sword.
Yeah.
The baby. Yeah, they had Luke do that with Baby Yoda. I thought only Sith dealt with absolutes.
I have 2 friends, okay? One of them is begging me. I mean, begging me to watch it because he thinks it's the best thing he's ever seen Star Wars wise. And then I got another friend, and these are back-to-back friends who told me it is the dumbest, worst. The thing he hates about it is when he saw The Mandalorian. This is just within their own canon. You don't take off your helmet, right?
Yeah, they said that to the Mandalorian, but everyone else removes their helmets all the time.
Right.
Except he's not allowed to because he's ugly.
But he said whenever the Mandalorian removes his helmet, it's for a very important moment, because Grogu wants to see him, and they're all alone, or he was dying, and I never saw this, but he was telling me this. He went, so then Boba Fett is walking around half the time with the helmet tucked under his arm or something, and it's like, well, I guess you don't care. What was the point? Like, you just spent all this time to get the equipment and then doesn't care about putting it on. And he just said,
and Bo-Katan as well, who's his superior, kind of. She removed her helmet too, as did the 2 others with her. So actually, every Mandalorian we've seen in Disney canon, has removed their helmets. And then they're telling the main Mandalorian guy that, yeah, it's part of the creed. You're not supposed to remove your helmet and all. And I'm like,
yeah, he just went back on that. Yeah. Just went back on what you said.
All the time, though. I mean, the Mando himself removed his helmet at an Imperial facility to get his face scanned so he could access classified information. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, all we have to do is prove you have a face to get access to that.
I know.
He wasn't part of the Empire at all. And it would have made sense if Boba Fett had done it, because he has the face of an old clone trooper. Right? That would have made sense. But
all right. So I'm going to try to remove myself from stream and come back on the laptop. Hold on just a moment.
Ghostfish says, "Don't take off your helmet was just for one Mandalorian clan cult, not all Mandalorians." Fair, but people involved in that same cult did also remove their helmets.
There, I'm back. Yeah, but it's so weird because one of them he absolutely loves the series, and the other, I mean, like to the part where like, Matt, I know you don't watch new canon, but I think you're going to love this. I said, I can guarantee I won't, and here's why. I said, and here's why I won't watch it, because I said, let me ask you something. When you read a book, and then you watch a movie that really just doesn't follow the book. I mean, the names, you read Wheel of Time, and then you watch the series. There's an example there.
Oh yeah,
And
it's not even the same.
yeah,
It can't at this point. It can't possibly be the same story.
Yeah, it makes you so mad. He goes, yeah, I know that. I went, okay, that would be me watching the show that you love so much. I said, because I know the story and it's better. And to be honest, he said, okay, you know what? Because he's read Timothy Zahn trilogy, which he loved. He did not like, get this, he hated Kenobi by John Jackson Miller.
You know, I can understand that because Kenobi is very different. It's a very unique Star Wars book.
I loved it.
Me too.
Oh yeah, well,
it's probably one of the best ones, but it's psychological. It's
not Star Wars in a way.
Yeah, if you remove the Star Wars names from it,
it's a Western.
It could be anything.
Yeah, it's a Western and it's great. It's great.
Yeah. Did you see what they're doing with the Lord of the Rings show?
I saw Ryan's video on it. Yeah.
Yeah, from today or something.
Today he made one.
Yeah, another Wheel of Time coming right out. Wow.
And the thing is, Steve, you're not surprised. I'm not surprised.
No.
I want to know who was surprised.
I'm surprised at the extent of it. You know?
I mean, I guess, but at the same time, I am just not. I'm not surprised, and I'm definitely not impressed. I'm to the point where I think I was going to watch it and see, but now just that the reality's hitting me, I'm like, you know what? I don't think I want. I don't think I want this. I don't think I want it.
You know what I'm gonna do when the show premieres?
What's that?
I'm going to buy a hardcover illustrated Tolkien book instead. Because then I'm definitely getting good Tolkien content at the same time anyway.
And I should mention, I mean, even though Teresa's gone to bed and she never invites me on them, but Stieg is part of a talk on. Are y'all still going through Two Towers?
Oh, on Saturdays.
Yeah.
No, we're halfway through Return of the King.
Return of the King. No, that's right, because y'all were on Return of the King last week. That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah. It's wonderful. I listen to it live when I can. Saturdays is a kind of hodgepodge busy day for me, but then I'll listen to it later on that night. And there's so much to talk about with those books, and you're just going through a few chapters.
Yeah, two or three chapters at a time, depending on length.
And look at how much you're enjoying out of just 3 chapters. Honestly, you could do that chapter by chapter and still have a big, good conversation.
Yeah, we used to do that with Game of Thrones as well, which has a heck of a lot of foreshadowing in it. So we used to catch a lot of stuff that, oh yeah, crap, it was foreshadowed already in the first book, right?
Yeah, and I didn't watch those because I do want to read those later on. And if he'll never finish them, but I might read them later on.
I think he's going to finish book 6, which I understand why it's taking a lot of time. Not that much time, but still. I'm worried about book 7.
Long?
What?
Is it 1,500 pages long? He's been on book 6 forever, right?
Since 2011.
Yeah.
And he had 500 pages left over after book 5. So he had a head start of 500 pages.
Goodness gracious.
I get that he lost a few years because of the show, because he was helping with the show. So that's fine. But it's been 3 times now that when he said, yeah, I've written several hundred pages more, right? So that's more than 200. So he already have 500, and then let's say 3 times 300. Then he should have been done ages ago. But Teresa and I and Gravemaster and Rennie and the panel, Lady Toriel, we're gonna be doing the Silmarillion after the Lord of the Rings.
So good.
Yeah, that one. I read it back in the day. I'm not sure if I finished it because it was it's a rough read.
It's a history book for
Plus
the most
Bible.
part. There are some highlights here and there.
Yeah.
It's more intriguing than good. I've read Silmarillion 3 or 4 times in my life, not that much. Because I've read Lord of the Rings and Hobbit, I think I've said this, every other year. And for 2020 and 2021, I reread the history of Middle Earth, I think in 2021, which that's what happened, because it's been since 2019 since I read Lord of the Rings. And then I took a year off, and that year I was coming back and said, you know what? I haven't read Silmarillion in a couple of years. Let's do Silmarillion this year. And I did that one. And then I said, well, that was pretty good. And I said, let me go ahead and just read the rest. Let me just read the history. I've only read the history of Middle Earth once. Now it's twice. And those are, I mean, you're going in the weeds. Unfinished Tales. I read Unfinished Tales. I read those 2. And then I just started,
You know what else is good though? Raymond Feist's Rift War, which is also being turned into a TV show now.
So here you go. That you couldn't get together on Coffee Chat today. So I'm bringing you together now.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hello. I am Alias. I'm St. Isabel today. How are you doing?
Hello there.
And you're wonderful. And I enjoyed your talk. I was there for like half a minute, and then I got tons of email. I didn't get to enjoy
he
my
started
little
crying
break.
because I wasn't there.
You know what? To be fair, it is better when it's the 2 of y'all. Just because there's just so much you bounce off of.
Yeah.
And Laura, you know this. It's hard to keep a conversation going when it's just yourself.
Right. Yes, it is.
I mean, you were fine. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's just you two, and I've told you that, have a good chemistry together. So I'll have to scrub this when it comes out. I don't want anyone thinking that I like. It's always fun.
Make sure Teresa doesn't hear it, right?
Yeah, that's right. Make sure Teresa, because you know how jealous she gets.
Yeah.
Oh.
She has a Wilkins voodoo doll.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
But I got to listen
she knitted it and filled it with ground beef.
It's funny. So I was in the car listening to Babe the Menace. Okay.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was taking my girls home, and I was chatting, while I was we were at a red light, and then we started moving again. I didn't get a chance to get on the chat, and then I got Mary making embarrassing comments about me.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, that's funny, but I didn't get a chance to get back on. And then, of course, just as Babe the Menace goes, it's not safe for work and not safe for 3-year-old girls.
Yes. You're listening to us well, and our topics went into like went into ass. Went into
I know, and I was like, and I saw my girl there listening, and I'm like, you know what? Let's listen to Wiggles.
Well, the Buzz Wiggle too. So no.
when they used to do the what was the full Ozzy. God bless America. I love those guys. And Lethal and Rhino and I can't think of his name. Huh?
Me and Lady Gravemaster has been doing a new show every month.
What's that?
Yeah, we did episode 2 yesterday. Basically, we started with 1980, and we talk about major events from 1980, and then I review a movie she told me to watch from 1980, and she does one I told her to watch.
What? What's
Yeah.
it called?
And It's on Lady Grave. It's called the Blockbuster Archives.
Wait a minute. I'm not subscribed to her?
Yeah, and yesterday we did 1981. I was to review Dragon Slayer, and she was to do Das Boot. And next month,
is it her channel?
Yeah.
What's her channel's name? I can't. Oh no, Lady T.
No, Lady Gravemaster.
Lady Grave.
I think it's Lady Toriel, but this Lady Gravemaster.
They're a different person.
Yeah.
She's not an elf.
Why did I not?
She's an undertaker.
Lady Grave. I'm not subscribed. I thought I was subscribed to her a long time ago.
Yeah. Next month she is.
Oh, you did 1981.
Yeah. She's to do Conan the Barbarian next month, and I'm to do an officer and a gentleman.
Mm.
Oh, so much fun. I can't wait to see that.
Polar opposites. It's a gentleman movie and a barbarian movie.
For 1980, I think, is that the same year that Patton came out?
I don't know. We did
because that's a good movie from
1980. I had her watch Alligator, and she had me watch what was it? The Raging Bull.
Raging Bull. Oh, Raging Bull's good. No, Patton was 1970. Holy cow.
Yeah. So it's a bit of a random pick. We don't necessarily pick the best blockbusters.
Oh, no, you don't have to. Well, the thing is, some of these movies were big back in the day, and they're not big now.
Yeah, and I was looking at when I was trying to pick a movie for 1982 for her. Holy crap, there was competition because you have Rambo, you have Blade Runner, you have The Thing, 48 Hours. It was like a pile of great movies, but I'm from Norway, so I settled on Conan, of course.
Oh, nice. And by the way, OG, I'm having a boy and a girl.
Okay. Yeah, I know. As I told you business on there, and you're like, what?
I know. OG breaking out my business, my personal business. Thought I was going to get, what's it called? What's it called when they reveal your address and everything?
Yeah, now you're going to get doxxed.
Doxxed.
Yeah, that actually happened. That actually happened to me.
Yeah, that happened to him by a crazy friggin' Star Wars person that's going nuts.
What, Stephanie?
Yep.
So, did she ever pick you up? So, first off, you gotta subscribe to Steeg. Okay, Steeg's the best. And
now, there's not much on my channel though, except commercials.
He gets the commercials, which are great. He does his top 5, which is brilliant. He doesn't do them enough because he knows his channel would blow up, like Ryan Kennel if he started doing top 5s more often. And then you have OG who gets on here just out of the because I'm not on social media. I don't know what goes on. Obviously, something happened, and you did this throwdown video. And
yes, I did.
And he said at the end. He'd call her out, and I was like, "Oh, it's real. Let's do this."
In this corner.
That was great. That was good. But did she ever reach out?
The only thing she's ever said, because I go in there and scan through her crazy ass videos, is saying, because we open air lock policy, Tim, he had us on this last Friday at around noontime, well, my time. And so it was during daytime. And then, so apparently she watched that. And then, so in her live stream, she's like, she's like, and, those people, they were on live stream at noontime and they were just sitting around like circle jerk. And I'm not going to go on with people like that. So,
and she doxes the one who isn't even on.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the root of all of that.
I'm staying out of this crap though, because, it's,
well, no one's asking you to do anything. Steve.
Yeah, I know, and I did a tweet back when it happened, saying don't go after this person or whatever, because people were starting to get nasty. And I was like, stop.
Well, yeah, that was your situation, but mine was.
Yeah, I know.
Has done.
Yeah.
Hello, hey Pablo, how are you doing?
Well, guys, we got some really nice stuff in the works at Lucasfilm. I really hope you like the Book of Boba Fett.
Hey, there's
Oh my
one.
goodness.
This man has more patience with me than a lot of people do.
Mm-hmm.
Because I got another email for you.
Yeah, I didn't make the updates that you did.
That's
or that you
fine.
sent yet, but,
Now, if anyone doesn't know, on the website, expandinguniverse.com, there is my timeline. Pablo is the man in charge of the timeline. And he's put it together for us with all the links, with all the pictures. I think it's perfect. I love the way it's set up. It's exactly what I would want in a timeline. Not I'm not dogging Nathan or Joe Bongiorno, okay? I like both of these guys, but Nathan P. Butler has it where events. It's a timeline of events. I was like, that's aggravating. Where does this happen? It's impressive. It's super impressive. A lot of work went into it and more power to him, but it doesn't benefit me. Joe knows this. I love Joe to death. Joe has it all just listed out one after the other, which is not bad, but then he'll do, chapters 1 through 2 happened here. Then chapters 4 through 17 here. Then chapter 3 happened here. He'll divide a book up into chapters, and he shuffles new canon in there in his timeline, which I don't like. And the way I said, why not just have it? It's long. I'll tell you, someone just won't say, and Caleb, we may talk about this later, but someone just wants a downloadable checklist.
I think I have that on there already.
Oh, okay, we do have. I thought we did. This was a few weeks ago. I said, dude, I
don't think you can download it, but they can pretty easily copy it. I can probably
they can easily copy it.
I also made the site look like it's not from 99.
Yes, I appreciate that too. So he's basically the site guy helping us out. And as I'm rereading through Star Wars, I'm finding little sentences or paragraphs or just callbacks to certain things in the timeline that I didn't know or I forgot about. And I'm switching things up. The actual Pablo Hidalgo got it wrong a long time ago.
I apologize.
Yeah. But it was, and then I'm going to have to talk to once I'm done with all the updates, Caleb, I'm going to match it up with Joe's and have him change his. Joe will change his in a heartbeat.
Yeah, you always say that.
Is it wrong that I just use the EU book list from the books and the covers?
No, but you know what? Oh man, I got so much to talk about here, but
I've noticed those, the EU book list inside the covers of the book.
Yes,
that doesn't really make sense in a few cases.
Well, it was always in motion. Now, here's something that I haven't talked about yet that I'm just getting into. By the way, I've been rereading some of the comic books, and it's funny because I was looking at one the other day. I was like, I've read this recently. When have I read this? And no, I didn't. I watched Coffee Chat.
Mm-hmm.
Your Clone Wars comic book reviews. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, I have read this, but I was reading it, watching something. I said, that's where it is. It was bothering me. I was like, wait a minute, I've read this recently. How is that possible? I haven't picked up this comic book in years. And I remember it. I was like, man, my memory is really good. But that was Coffee Chat. And the thing is, some of the things I like about Alora doing this is, if people don't know, she's an artist too. And she talks about the artwork too, which is really good.
Yeah. It's fun talking about that because then it gives people a perspective. Sometimes the art, especially for comics, the story also relies on the art, especially those scenes where there's no verbiage, there's no conversation. And so if the artwork is not that appealing and it's not that attractive, you're not going to want to get into it. And that's the whole thing with comics.
Right. Oh, you should have seen the Witcher graphic novel I read today.
Okay.
It had the worst artwork I've ever seen. It was... You couldn't even tell what was going on.
Oh boy.
Alora, have you read Star Wars Jedi? Shak Ti, Yoda, Mace Windu, Aya Secura, Count Dooku. You've read those?
Yeah.
I know she has because it was in the Republic. We reviewed it.
Okay, I thought so. I thought so. I couldn't remember because those are all one shots. I couldn't remember. That kind of got mixed in with everything. Okay, there is, because I've read Shak Ti.
Yeah.
There is some scenes in there where she's dealing with the thief or the crook who killed her Padawan. She's working with her, and that crook keeps taunting Shakti.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you have a new Padawan for me to meet, or why are why are you even bringing me along? You want to kill me or whatnot. And then there's a few moments in there where it's just a panel where Shakti, with her black pupils, is just staring at her, and it's creepy, and you don't know, because it looks like, is there hate behind her eyes, or is she just calmly staring at her, or is Shakti talking to herself like, don't do it? You don't know, and there's this tension that's just in these panels, and it's every once in a while is Shakti going to kill her?
Yeah.
In the Knights of the Old Republic comics, that female Jedi of the same race, that's kind of the villains, she does the same thing when she's raging. I remember noticing that when she wants to, she's had enough of Zane Carrick or whatever it is.
Yeah, kind of like they're conflicted, so they're dealing with like not going dark, and so they have that conflict in their eyes.
And get this, Dark Horse did work with Del Rey on getting an established Clone Wars history pre-Dave Filoni. They were calling their shots 3 years in advance. From 2002 to 2005, they told you what events took place and what was coming out.
Yeah. Well, I'm not surprised, because I think that's how they were doing it and stuff.
But here's the deal. One of the advertisements in one of the books is Escape from Dagu. More than once. It was all in the 2002 releases, because after that they realized, oh, it's not coming out. We're going to do Dark Rendezvous instead. But I know Chris is in the chat. I took a picture of it and sent it to Chris. And by the way, folks, I posted something on YouTube today. I never do this little picture post. I just never think about it, because it's a lot like social media, and I just don't do that. But I was like, when I saw that Infinity's ad today, I said 99% less Ewoks, and I was like, well, I'm out. What's the point?
It got deflated. You're like, okay, I'm out of this.
The reason I never got into Infinities, and then everyone started talking to me about their favorite Infinities moment, but I don't care because it's Infinities. I never got it.
I haven't seen that yet. Is that on YouTube somewhere?
Yeah, I put a regular post out at noon or sometime today. I was flipping through the comic book and I saw that ad and went, took a picture and just posted it. But I should have posted the other one where it talks about Escape from Dagu. I sent it to Chris. I was like, look at this. He went, I never knew that was it was like in the Boba Fett book, the young kids Boba Fett book. But obviously I'm reading Clone Wars right now. I'm that far ahead.
Which one was it, Matt?
What
the Dagu ad.
It was in the first Boba Fett novel, I think. If you can let me go.
I only have the one that puts all three of them in one.
Hold on. That's a nice one.
Yeah. So I don't think it's a nice
one. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it real quick, because it's over here.
And how's everybody doing?
we have Tommy in the chat too.
Yes, we do. I see that. Hi, Tommy. How you doing?
Hi, Tommy.
Iron Inquisitor, son of Luke. Who else do we have in the chat? I'm like scrolling through here. Magnino Alex. Hey, you know what, Magnino? You did win a copy of my painting. And let's see here. Christopher, Rob. Yeah, so we have a nice little chat going on here. Let's see here. Rob D says my favorite old EU advertisement was Dark Empire by Marvel Comics. There you go. Now that's one that everybody's conflicted about, the art in Dark.
Art, yeah. I'm actually reading it right now.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure how I feel about it. I like take notes on a checklist I do on my own, and I didn't think too much of it for the first first run or whatever, but now into the second run, I don't know. I put in my notes I'm not sure how I feel about the art. It kind of distracts you from the story. It's just the coloration. I like the style, but sometimes it's just like green hues, which is just weird,
It's-
especially on faces. And this is the thing that's really bothering me.
Okay.
On like Suge Knick's face, like where it's probably supposed to be stubble, there's just like blotches, like circles. It just looks
Yes.
like he has a disease or something.
Yes,
Yeah, it's
exactly.
not
It looks like he has welts or
Yes.
something.
And then the
Yeah,
same
it's
with
not textured. Yeah.
the same with those the Imperial like dark executors or whatever. There's one of them, the one in the first run, he has the same thing, and he also looks like an anime character with like spiky hair. It's just, I don't know, it doesn't really feel like it belongs there, especially when he's like talking to Palpatine, and Palpatine's like, I don't know, kind of the classic looking villain in the universe, and then he's talking to this crazy looking dude with welts.
Yeah.
You know
Magneto.
what? Dark Empire series. It's kind of like I want to like it, but I don't really. Does that make sense? It's just
Yeah. I haven't minded the story. I really liked the first run, but the second one's been a little worse.
Yeah. Okay, so I posted it on my channel. So cool. But it's in Maze of Deception at the end. There's a little timeline. I never really looked at it, but I was like, oh, look, they have a little timeline. Basically, they're calling their shots for the next few years. And under the Daegu Revolt or whatever, it says Escape from Daegu coming in 2000. I was like, shut up. So, I mean, not that we didn't know that. And the one thing I really hate was I had a bookmark from, and I told Chris about this. Chris, I want to say it was Walden Books, and they were talking about all the book releases coming out throughout the next year, and Heart of the Jedi was on that bookmark.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's right.
And if there's the old Dark Empire ad from the old 80s Marvel comic books, it was a magazine, Marvel magazine back in the late 80s was advertising Dark Empire upcoming, because it was going to be, Marvel was going to print it, but then they decided to just let go of the rights because Star Wars was kind of dead back then. But when I'm reading the old, when I'm reading this through chronological order, sometimes there are connections that I don't know if they did on purpose or by or by accident, but there's a whole lot more continuity than what you could ever imagine. And again, I've said this before, I've said this a million times, but there is nothing like the expanded universe that connects to comic books, children's books. They did. Can you imagine such a massive undertaking? No one will ever do that.
Well, actually, arguably the Forgotten Realms and Dragonlance did it.
Okay, all right. So let's talk. That's a good topic. I know about Forgotten Realms. Okay.
Yeah.
Started by Ed. What's his name?
Ed Greenwood.
Ed Greenwood. Thank you, Ed Greenwood. Basically, Aria Salvatore kind of became the superstar of Forgotten Realms. And who was the third girl who wrote books for Forgotten Realms?
Elaine Cunningham.
Oh, that was stupid.
Yeah, Troy Denning did as well.
Well, later on, Troy Denning would.
Yeah,
but wasn't it? It was just the three of them.
No. It was the old TSR that was behind it, because the Forgotten Realms was an RPG setting.
Yeah, but
so it was basically the main Dungeons and Dragons setting of the time. And then they had Douglas Niles was one.
He wrote one of the first ones, really.
He wrote the first trilogy.
I thought Ed Greenwood did.
No, he made the world and wrote the Elminster books.
You know better than I read them way back in the day, and I stopped. I can't remember when, because the only thing about those books was, and this was the thing, they say, R. Salvatore would say, and he never saw him again. But then a few books later, they do meet up again.
Yeah, or, there he is.
Or he never picked up a weapon ever again. And then years later, he picks up weapons and fights again. So there's this finality, because they thought they weren't coming back with that character, but then people loved it, so they brought him back. It's like when they kill off a comic book character and they bring them back, and that got annoying to me after a while. And I call Forgotten Realms is fun, by the way. It's fun. It's a fun read. Dark Elf trilogy, obviously one of the best.
About 40 video games too.
Oh no, and still does role RPG games. Still a big RPG puller. But the thing is, the books just. I'm sorry.
And comics as well.
Yeah, but it just got too big. You know, they do something and then they totally reverse it later on. You think?
That happened when Wizards of the Coast.
And I understand that when things change hands, but it wasn't that. See, this is why I'm so glad time travel technically didn't exist in the expanded universe, because it was like, okay, and Jason died and we never saw him again. And now he found a way to come back to life. And Anakin's dead, but now he found a way to, Chewbacca's dead, but we resurrected, like comic book. It didn't get comic booky. When a character died, they were gone.
Right.
That was it. A Force ghost maybe. For Jason, it was an apparition into some kind of freaky pool that ties into an RPG. So that was totally
the Link of Apparitions or whatever it's called. Yeah.
The problem with the Forgotten Realms and D&D settings in general is that you have resurrection spells in the lore.
Yeah. Well, they put anything can happen is one thing. Nothing is final, and that lack of finality in their storytelling is what eventually turned me off of it. I enjoyed them, but I don't read them anymore.
It's like a mix between classic fantasy and Marvel.
Yeah. Now I can't speak to Dragonlance, but didn't they get the rights back? So
yeah, Dragonlance is getting a new novel.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of people excited about that.
Yeah, and I think a trilogy actually, but I think in Dragonlance, unless they're turned into some undead creature, if they're dead, they're dead. You know? But I haven't read all of the Dragonlance ones, though. Far from it. There's around 200 books, I think.
Look at this. Going to big issue with Forgotten Realms was stealing from other D&D settings till it grew bloated. Interesting species or plot line from Greyhawk steal it.
Yeah. Well, he's right, and every damn D&D setting does this.
Yeah, but I mean, when you have what was in R.A. Salvatore's, I remember there was vampires, there was a mummy in one. I mean, it got a little too crazy.
Yeah,
like this is an ever-expanding world of different genres and whatnot. It was like,
it's like how many species can live on a planet?
Yeah.
You know?
And I mean, sure, the expanded universe was huge. But the universe is huge. We're talking about a galaxy.
Yeah. We're talking about a galaxy, not a continent.
Yeah, not a continent. That's the thing. And exactly. There's a new species no one's ever seen before that gets introduced because someone has a great idea for it.
Did you see what they did with the fourth? It was the fourth edition. They figured, those Lord of the Rings movies are really, popular. So they introduced a new elf race that had been there all along, and it was called the Eladrin. And it was like they just shoveled the letters up from Eldarin,
and just makes it lack of creativity there.
Yeah, well, so. Back when they started the Forgotten Realms, they had a hell of a lot of creativity. But then when Wizards of the Coast showed up, and they even admitted with the fourth edition, they tried to turn everything into World of Warcraft because that was popular at the time. So they killed off major characters left and right and basically made it Horde against, Alliance, almost. So one side of the map was the evil part, and then the good guys were on the other side. It was ridiculous, and it's destroyed.
Caleb, that's for you.
What did I change it to?
It no longer looks like it's from 1999.
Oh
yeah. Oh no, I love the look of it. No, I love the look of it, and I love the reading order. But no, what I'm finding is there's little things, and I'll send it to Caleb. I try to save them up, so I don't have that many. But I found a few, and it's like I'm going to forget these if I don't send this email to him. But there's another one. I'm just waiting to see where it goes because I'm reading the Clone Wars. Do you remember the Tartakovsky's Clone Wars comic book series?
Okay.
They were like Reader's Digest size.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, they're excellent.
Oh, Ghostfish in the chat has a great point. They have taken the mustaches off of men in D&D settings. It's true. Mustaches are gone. You know, where are the heroes with a mustache? You know, where's Magnum PI these days? You know,
No, we need more Magnum PI.
Yeah, we need the mustache.
Yeah.
Charles Bronson had one too.
Yeah. They were called the Clone Wars Adventures, and they are extremely underrated. In fact, I feel like in my original review, I talked about how much I loved them, but I didn't go into individual stories because I just didn't have. I wanted to kind of fit them all in one.
Yeah.
But I regret doing that because now I've decided I want to do them 2 at a time and review them because they came with 3 or 4 little mini stories each. Yes, those are fantastic.
They are. Look at that. Look at that. So nice.
They're
That's
fantastic.
Quinlan Voss before he started doing surfing.
In Filoni, he went on vacation in Filoni's Clone War and became a surf dude.
Yeah, it's drawn the way of Tartakovsky's Clone Wars, but
Right.
The pacing, for the most part, there's 1 or 2 that are off, but the pacing feels like the cartoon. Yeah, just here, I'll blow your screen up there. Oh, that is hilarious. That is a hilarious one. Those are the only words in that comic story right there on that panel. Because what that one is about Dexter Jettster, and you're like, what is he doing? Why is he going through all this torture? And the last panel explains it. But the thing is, though, it's wonderfully paced. There's fast pace. You get to enjoy the artwork. And they come up with some very, very interesting ideas.
Right.
That I was like, and this is why those writers are still better. I can't believe Filoni didn't think about some of these great ideas. They're so picturesque, and I was like, because when I look through each book, I imagine what if these were like, you remember the first series for Clone Wars was basically just micro cartoons for like a minute or a couple minutes long. Mm-hmm. What if all these were micro cartoons? What would I think of this series? That's when I started thinking like that. And I went, for the most part, I love this series because they came up with just so many different, like, all right, let's put this scenario here. Okay, now let's put this scenario here. Now let's take this scenario. And they didn't use the same people, you know. Kit Fisto gets a few here. Mace Windu comes back for some here. Sansitian, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Oh, thank you. But he gets a few. Plo Koon, 1 or 2.
Yeah, Barasafi too. Barasafi, they eventually got their little arc in there too.
Yeah, and Luminara, yeah. And so
Luminara.
that was just, and I was like, man, this is so much fun. And I just totally forgot that the stories were just great.
Yeah. We discussed a little bit of Tartakovsky's Clone Wars because I was on Tim's EU podcast. We recorded last night, and it was about Revenge of the Sith novelization. So we discussed that. We went in depth with that, but we also discussed all the books that were tied into it and the comics, Tartakovsky's as well. And so it was a great conversation. So we discussed that and how well Tartakovsky had put everything together, him and his crew, and even the stories that didn't have any words, any verbiage at all, you were still very much involved with it.
Yes.
And that's how successful it was. Now compare that to the huge series that came out under Filoni. No. There's no comparison. There are some great stories. There are some little gems in there, but he doesn't amount. His storytelling does not amount up to Tartakovsky's.
Oh, that's no, by far, I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
I just there's another thing, and here I'll just put Iron's quote here. The thing that I always hate about Filoni is if you started saying you didn't like something, he would say, well, George loves it. George told me George told me. He said that my stuff was really good and that it was better than his. So that's what George says. So if you want to go against George, no, we're not going against George because George never said that. Because only you were in the room when George happened to talk to you about all these magical things that never happened.
Yeah, and then we see quotes from George Lucas saying the opposite in interviews.
Here we go. Here, I love this question. Now that Pablo Hidalgo has departed Lucasfilm, okay, well, has he? Because last I heard, he has not.
No, he's
I
actually.
think he just like celebrated his
his anniversary with the Lucasfilm. That was so funny.
I did remove it from my bio though, just to play with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He trolled. He friggin' trolled, and I'm like, I did have a good conversation with him. He tried to say that the EU wasn't canon by showing one of the source books for I think Heir to the Empire that says it's not canon, blah 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 on the back of it. And then I shared the 94 what do you call it post in what magazine was that again? Shit, now I forget. But anyways,
Insider or
there we go, Insider. There we go. I'm like, dang it, it's late for me. And about them saying that the EU is going to be authentically a part of the saga, blah 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 blah. And that was like around 94, after the fact of that source book that he was.
They
sharing.
also advertised it just as like the official continuation of the movie, like what happens after
Jedi. And I
so
shared that with Pablo, and so he started walking back from what he was saying on Twitter. So that was a nice little success.
And
you send him a link to my little defense of the EU quotes and just have him go through each one and explain them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone posted a picture of one of Pablo Hidalgo's books where that he wrote under Lucas. And he's saying that it's absolutely canon.
I mean, why did he do the whole reader's guide if it wasn't canon? Because that's kind of what a canon is. It's like a compilation of a timeline.
And George Lucas is sitting there with the reader's guide next to him when he's writing the prequels.
Yeah, and he was always. I mean, you look at there's so many articles, there's so many things back in the day that hey, look.
Hey, Melissa Lord.
Hey, hi. Melissa.
How are you doing?
You have money for milk.
There you go.
That's right. Milk money, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Milk money. I'm going to need it.
It's kind of just like he's trying to discredit the work that he did, which is just weird.
It's to keep his job, because if
true.
If he says that the EU was canon, Disney's in trouble.
Oh, Melissa, since you like wrestling, my buddy Wes came over yesterday. And he dropped off books about the $1 Million Man. I'm trying to read all these. I can't. Eric Bischoff, Vince Russo, Brett the Hitman Hart.
Oh, Hitman Hart.
British Bulldog? Who is that? No, I can't read it. It's not British Bulldog. Hardy Boys, which I already read. He just forgot I'd read it. So yeah, I'll be doing a lot of book reading. Look at it. She says, "Long time no see, OG."
Yeah, it came from Raging Rhino's Casual Rage. I was over there.
I know. I invited Tim. Here, hold on. Let me see if I invite Rhino, if he'll come. I'd love to talk to him.
He is like so fired up about the Book of Boba Fett. It's funny.
I know. Here, I'm going to send him one. I don't know if he'll even check his email, but there it is. No, I just can't watch the stream. I'll watch it for a few minutes, but I don't care about Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah,
I just love. And Tim knows I've talked to him about it. I was like, well, how does he get y'all to show up every week? That's what I want to know. Because man, you talk about that for so long. It's like I told Tim, I said, just pick up an EU book, just start reading it, because that's what I do.
He did on one of the streams there. He picked up one of the EU books on the
because I do that when the conversation goes new canon. I'm like, you can talk about it, but I'm gonna read a book. I don't care.
Yeah, I'll go where the love is and the heart is of Star Wars. And
it's funny because when I remember when they announced it was non-canon, because I knew they were going to do this, and I said, I said, I think I'm going to quit. But Star Wars was such a big part of me. I went, but will I be able to quit? And I remember my first test was Star Wars Insider, I was still subscribed to it. I was not going to renew my subscription, but I was still subscribed to it. When Blade Squadron Part 2 came in, I read it because Blade Squadron Part 1 was canon.
Yeah.
I mean, was EU.
Yeah.
And so I said, well, because they made that announcement in the Insider, says, okay, well, this is actually new canon now. I said, okay, well, no, it started off in the old canon. It's like Darth Maul, son of Dothamir. It has a footprint in both canons. And so I said, well, I'm going to go ahead and read this. And I said, oh no, because that was the thing I got excited about, was the new short story in Insider. And so when the next Insider came in, I looked at it, I held it in my hand and went, it's new canon. I checked to see, I said, there's a story in here. It's new canon. Nope, don't want it. Trashed it. And I went, okay, well, that was nice. Baby steps here, right? Well, what about when the New Dawn comes out? Because when a book comes out, I get it immediately. And I start tearing it open and I read it through immediately. Am I going to open? Am I going to open? Am I going to just open up and peek in the book? Am I going to look at the book? The book came out, didn't care. I was like, wow, okay, doing great. Now, what about, Star Wars #1, the Marvel comic book that came out, went with beautiful art by Dave Dorman, came and went, didn't care. And then the movie came out, did not have an inkling to go see it. My wife was confused. She went, are you sure? Because she knew I wasn't going to go see it. But she's like, well, do you just want to see it with me or something? And we won't tell anyone? I went, no, that's not the point. I just don't want to see it. I'm really not, truly not interested.
Yeah.
And when people are telling me about, raving about it, I was like, I'm glad you liked it, but I'm not interested. And I stopped being the Star Wars guy. I'm still the Star Wars guy to everyone, my friends here, but it stopped being a big part of my life. Now, rereading it has been just a joy, a complete joy.
Right.
But and I know why it was a part of my life, and it's still a big part of my life. But do I need it to continue? Technically, no, but I'd love it to. I'd love for it to, because there's so much more story out there to tell.
Yeah.
But either way, though, I am happy for the collection I have. And if my boy does not want to read it, or my girls do not turn out to be nerds like their dad, okay, that's fine. But a lot of us, we take things from our parents. The type of music they listen to, you listen to, or some of their old music is your music too. That the only reason I know all the lyrics to Barry Manilow is because my mom. Okay.
Yeah.
And hey, he writes the songs that make the whole world sing. So why not? James Taylor the same way. I can't get away from a James Taylor song because my dad was a big James Taylor. So
Creedence Clearwater here, Creedence Clearwater, a lot of that old stuff there.
There you go. Yeah.
Yep.
Caleb, did you pick up anything from your parents?
John Denver a little bit.
There you go. See, you don't want to admit it. We all don't want to admit these things.
He's like, John.
I was
He's like, I don't
trying
want
to
to
think of one thing on the spot. There's some
Well, I mean, see, my dad watched only college football and baseball. That's all he ever watched. And so I was a big, I'm not college football anymore, but I mean, college football and baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, what? Mom, your mom is Miss Moneypenny from James Bond. See, I never watched James Bond, so I don't get that reference.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
How many times am I going to answer this one? I thought I answered this a million times. No, it's a door to a crawl. It's a mini door.
There's some video where he goes in there for a couple seconds. So you gotta, there it is.
Friggin' cold in there too. So, yowzer. Close that up real quick. But yeah, so that's just like a little crawl space. I don't know why they made it into a little door with hinges though. It's kind of weird. Like I got to eat the right mushroom to shrink down to this size to get through it.
I thought that was Yub Nub's room. I thought that was Yub.
It's Yub Nub. Yeah. Well, Yub Nub. If we see a white rabbit talking about being late and running through here, we'll chase after him. Why not? It'll work.
Yeah.
But, no, I just it's rereading it has been a really good thing instead of just flipping through it and stuff. Someone thought when I was doing my first reviews, I was like, Matt, how are you reading it this fast? I went, I'm not. I'm just going off memory. And sometimes I'll flip through a comic book, a short story especially, I would flip through. because sometimes I forget. But getting to read them all, I'm like, oh yeah, this is fun. And I love it when a short story surprises me, or like Jedi Apprentice is still awesome as all get out. But you know what I want? What I really wanted? I really wanted Jude Watson to go even further back and give me a young Qui-Gon Count Dooku. I think that would have been so. I mean, now, yes, we did get the 2 hardback novels, Legacy and Secrets of the Jedi. I do realize that. But when you read a little portion of it, it's only like 50 pages.
Yeah.
Because she has to spend time in each era, very limited. I want more. I want more of that relationship between them, because it wasn't a father-son relationship. There was no real love. There was a respect.
Yeah.
Qui-Gon understood that he was there just to learn from a great Jedi, even though he disagreed with him and did not, he felt that Count Dooku had his flaws. Count Dooku felt that Qui-Gon, and the thing is, Count Dooku felt that Qui-Gon focused too much on the living force. Well, wasn't that why he wasn't on the council? Because all the Jedi thought that too. It's a fair assessment. And even though Qui-Gon thinks that nothing, he learned a few lessons from Dooku, but he's his own Jedi now. No. I read Legacy of the Jedi, and I noticed something. Dooku doesn't pay attention to the council as much because he thinks he's better than the council, right?
Yeah.
But he wouldn't tell Qui-Gon that. But Qui-Gon circumvents the council when it doesn't go his way either, because he obeys the living force. Now, why would he just blatantly, if he's intact, because Qui-Gon can talk to strangers. Qui-Gon can be anyone's friend, right? The scoundrel can be Qui-Gon's friend. But why can't he get along with the council? Because he saw his master do it so many times, I bet, that he thought, yeah, you have to go with your gut. You have to go with your feeling. But Dooku was doing it for the wrong reasons, which Qui-Gon didn't know. But I think Jude Watson had something if she would have just looked into it a little bit further, and we could have had so many good stories from Qui-Gon Dooku, But plus, I want to know why Dooku was so revered. Why Mace Windu is literally heartbroken when he finds out that, because you read Attack of the Clones, it can't be Dooku. Dooku was one of the best of us. Are you kidding me? I look up to Dooku, is what Mace Windu says. And when Mace Windu realizes what he is, he just can't fathom that Dooku has fallen this low.
Yeah. And that's the story that needed to be fleshed out a lot more.
Exactly. What did Dooku do?
Why? Yeah.
What made him so revered? I mean, Jocasta knew fawns over Dooku. I mean, maybe she had the hots for him. Maybe that's what it was.
Maybe that's it. I could see her type being attracted to that.
I mean, yeah, of course. But the thing is, though, why is everyone in love with him? He obviously did great stuff back in the day. And I think Jude Watson could have, I mean, obviously she didn't get to control what she writes, but I don't know. I would love to see if she maybe even pitched that to Scholastic, what they thought, because that would have been just fantastic. I talk about this. I'm going to talk about this in one of my reviews, but wouldn't it be cool if instead of Last of the Jedi, which I thought was garbage, I'm going to reread it, but I thought it was garbage. I didn't like it. I don't like Ferris Olin. But what if instead of that, what if it was we called it what did I want to call it? Countdown. Oh, that's stupid, but where it's right before Count Dooku is about to die. Anakin has him lightsabers at the ready, Palpatine's do it, and stuff like that. Yeah. Okay. So at that moment, he realizes he's being betrayed. They say your life flashes before your eyes. So as he's looking at this young Anakin about to kill him, his life flashes back to when he first took Qui-Gon. And then the series takes over. It ends with Dooku basically getting redeemed at the end, realizing his mistakes, raising Qui-Gon, his mistakes in his life, and maybe he gets redeemed at the last minute and becomes a Force ghost. It almost gives him a happy ending at the end too, because we realize what a great Jedi he used to be. Yeah.
And so is that your headcanon right there that you would wish to see?
I would love to have seen Jude Watson write that because, like I said, there's a lot of things. Dooku probably did some great things. He obviously was very prideful, according to Legacy of the Jedi. But
yeah,
I don't know. I think we finally would have seen how great he would have been, and some of the mistakes.
Do you think Qui-Gon would have gone to him and taught him before Yoda then, if that was the case? Because that would have been him teaching Qui-Gon before Yoda and then knew how to be a Force ghost. Because remember, that's who they learned from. So that's an interesting little an interesting little twist there.
Yeah, fun, you could have done that. I don't know, because reading it, that was the error of the Legacy of the Force that I was really most interested in. Dooku being young and everything was okay, but Qui-Gon being young, because Qui-Gon, she writes Qui-Gon Jinn like nobody else. I mean, when you read Jude Watson's Jedi Apprentice series, or Dave Wolverton, of course, does it too. Yeah, it sounds like Liam Neeson is just reading the lines to you. You can imagine in your head that that's exactly what Qui-Gon would talk like, sound like, and everything. Whereas when you get to a novel by James Luceno, Cloak of Deception, you're like, okay.
I just finished that today. He's like, I don't know, he's just kind of bland.
Yeah. It doesn't feel like Qui-Gon. But when you read Jedi Apprentice, you're like, that sounds like Qui-Gon. Jude Watson got those characters. And with Obi-Wan and Anakin, she did the same too. Even though everyone wants to make Anakin very troubled. And I really wish instead they would have given him his ups and downs, but they gave him more downs than ups. And it's like, well, we know what he becomes, but why does Obi-Wan keep, giving him a third chance, a fourth? At this point, Obi-Wan looks like a fool. Because in every Jedi Quest book, he does something that's the wrong decision, and it's like, well, can he do something right for a change? Because obviously, did he just, when he became a Jedi Knight, did he get better? Is that what you're going to say? He had a troubled childhood, but I don't know. There's just a lot of what's the word? Missed opportunities.
Right.
Of what they maybe should have done. I get it. Back in the day, everyone wanted to tell you, this boy will someday be Darth Vader. Well, yeah, but he didn't always start off as evil.
No, he didn't. Yeah, and he always had a heart of gold. That's what we've seen from the beginning. He always had a heart of gold. He always had good intentions for everybody and wanted to save everybody. And so that's the thing. And then you have someone was asking about if it's Blue Gundam 13 are the X-Wing books absolutely essential. I'm not as into the dogfighting aspect of Star Wars. So
yeah, probably from this thing here, he skips a lot of people love them. You shouldn't skip them. I think they're fantastic. I just did a donation from Twin Sons. Twin Sons did a great job. They got all the New Jedi Order books. They got all the Timothy Zahn, the Jedi Academy trilogy, because I requested that. The X-Wing books, and I mean all of the X-Wing books except for Mercy Kill. I don't think I saw Mercy Kill in there. Well, no, that's a lie. Mercy Kill is probably in there because I think Dylan probably ordered.
I think that was a hard one for Stig to get. Mercy Kill, I think, right, Stig? You had a hard time.
Wedge's Gamble.
Was it Wedge's Gamble?
Okay. I ordered it 4 times. Got lost in the mail 4 times from eBay sellers.
Oh no!
I finally got it from Revkev. He sent it to me because he had duplicates.
Yeah. I knew it was
damn book, and I still haven't read it. It's on my list of stuff to read soon, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, see, even that when I deliver that to them to their library, I was like, man, I hope because I told the lady, I said, I need to put these in chronological order. I'm sorry, that's just my thing, because they wouldn't let me go in there. Because they had something going on. I said, well, I can wait. She went, well, it's going to be a while. I was like, okay, never mind. I could tell she didn't want me in there. So I'm just going to, my brother teaches there. So I'm just going to sneak in on a weekend when he's working and rearrange them in chronological order because I have to. And I tried to stack them in chronological order, but when she puts them in a basket, she's not going to put them in chronological order. And if the kids read them out of order, I think about these things. It bothers me.
Yes.
Very important.
I fully agree, because Teresa had bought some fantasy books. She had taken a picture, and they were all out of order.
Oh yeah, I remember
and
that.
I had to be strict with her.
You had to lay it down on her.
Yes, and I did.
And I did.
Okay, so Laura, I'm sending you right now where my girls are. They fell asleep. Oh, come on.
Okay.
They fell asleep in the same bed tonight.
Oh, that's sweet.
And yeah, because they were playing dolls together, and then they decided just to bag it to Piper has her head turned in. I just sent it to you.
Okay.
But my wife just fawned over it because best friends
so cute.
crashing and sleeping together.
Oh, and so did they adjust well with the move and everything?
Oh yeah, they did. Well, the thing was, we had to move them temporarily downstairs because when my wife bought those, we gave them these bunk beds in a way, but they're two top level beds, not of top and bottom. And I put them together on Christmas, and then she didn't order the mattresses like a month later. So, and then when we had the mattresses, she wanted to wash the sheets, and so that took a couple of months. So they've just been up there just for a couple of weeks now.
Oh wow!
End of January, I think. But the thing is, though, they had to sleep downstairs where we're having the baby's room, and I didn't want them thinking that was their room, and that the babies took it over, and we threw them upstairs by themselves. You know how it's going to look, baby abandonment or whatever. They're going to get those abandonment issues. Like someone at daycare was saying, "Well, Meridian's really been acting up lately. I think she's having some abandonment issues because of the upcoming babies y'all are having." I went, "Lady, she's just spoiled. So wolf her bottom and she'll be better."
Yeah.
Can't say that now. They won't do that. But we just think she's just going through a rough time changing through that. No, she's not. She doesn't even know.
Yeah. Right now they don't
talking about the babies are coming. She has no idea.
Yeah.
Mom just eats too much. That's why her belly's big. Sure there's babies in there, I'm sure. And yeah, we'll see them in a bit. Yeah. They don't realize how close they are to coming. And when they're here, it's going to be a different world for them for sure. But I wanted to get them used to sleeping upstairs so they wouldn't think that we kicked them out of their room for the babies, stuff like that.
Yeah. So they don't feel misplaced.
But yeah, they love Meridian, especially loves sleeping with someone else. She loves being next to people. Yeah. Piper, the blonde-haired girl, she don't want you near her. She wants her own room to spread her feet, spread her arms out.
That is too cute. Where are their little Ewoks?
Their little, you know what? The Ewoks are in the new boys' crib.
Uh-oh.
My wife took away their Ewoks and put them in the boys' crib because he has not one, not two, but probably three special order Ewok onesies.
Oh, that's gonna be darling.
She's going all Ewok for him.
Oh.
The girl is just going with hand-me-downs because we already have two girls. We had plenty of cute, super cute stuff that my wife gets to put on again. Yeah. And she's excited. And I'm excited too, because after this, when they grow out of it, gone. It's gone.
Yep.
No more. No more. No more after this. But like already, Uncle Steve is going to have his hands full when he comes over to babysit.
Oh yeah, he is. Oh yeah. Oh, so are you guys going to be done after this?
Yeah.
There you go. I was going to say, because if you go again, you might have another pair or maybe triplets.
I'm old. I can't do. I mean, I told her that, like, she is meeting my deadline by just a few months because after my birthday, I was like, that's the point of no return, and like she's barely skating on that because I told her last year, I said, hey, now or never. What's the answer going to be? Because this guy is not getting younger, and keeping up with these girls, I'm trying. I got to get in your shape though. Goodness gracious, if I can do the stuff you can do.
Yoga, weightlifting, cardio. There you go.
I'm trying. Well, I got back to working out. The only thing is with the gyms here, they close early. After the pandemic, there's no such thing as a 24-hour gym anymore. And it sucks because they close at 9 on the weekends, 10 on the weekdays. But the thing is, though, once the girls go to bed, I have to sit up here for 30 minutes to make sure they don't get out. And so by that time, it's either 9:30, and I can't get in my hour.
Yeah, you got to sit guard for the girls. You should just might as well put some weights there with you and just do some squats, burpees, some HIIT, and all that.
What I've been doing, and I can get away with it now because there's only 2 of them. Right after dinner, I will go to the gym real quick and come back right in time for their bedtime. So that's what I've been doing.
Yeah,
a lot lately, but that will end by next week.
Yep, you'll be in full like parent tired mode, not even knowing what day it is.
And the one I'm scared about that you may have to come in for, or maybe I can just convince Caleb to come in for it. I'm going to be gone. I paid for a trip out to Dallas for a convention like 2 years ago before the pandemic, and they keep delaying it. And last year they opened a window and said, look, we don't do refunds, but this time we're going to do, since it's year 2, we've canceled the convention. We will do refunds one time only. And I chose not to refund the tickets because I didn't know we were going to have kids back then. And so now I can't get a refund. It's all paid for. I'm like, well, but I don't want to leave the missus with 4 Rugrats. She'll die. With 2, right?
House.
With 2, like I even offered bringing the 2 oldest with me. She went, "How is that going to work?" Because I'm gonna be playing board games. It's a board game convention. And I was like, I don't know. I'll throw them some pieces to Monopoly and let them eat them or something.
Like, hell no.
while I do something, but I just can't imagine leaving her with 4. So, but the thing is, though, if I don't go, that money just flies out the door. I can't get it back.
Yeah.
So, and I want to go, but
are you driving or do you have a ticket for?
Drive. I'm not gonna fly.
Yeah, you're close over there, anyways.
Yeah, it's Dallas, which is 4.5 hours straight shot.
Oh, damn, you're that close. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm close to Dallas, so I can just drive right in there. I do slightly want to see Amanda from the Twin Sons Foundation.
Yeah.
She just had her baby.
Oh.
So which is a super cute guy. I've been texting her. Exchanging pictures. So I'd like to visit her if I have the time. So I'd like to do a lot in Dallas if I had the time, but man, the more kids you have, the less time.
Oh yeah. Well, my kids, like my 2 oldest are 2 years apart, and the youngest is like from 7 years from the oldest and 5 years from the middle child. So I had this huge gap. So
no gaps for me. We're going to get through it all like drinking water from a fire hydrant. This life is it's going to come in fast. It's going to hurt, and it's going to be over before I know it.
Yeah, you're beginning. Mine is almost ready to step out the door. High schooler.
I know.
Basically, she finished. She's actually done with high school, so she's already completed all her credits for high school. So now she's just going as a TA, and I guess she's got an extracurricular activity or class, and then she's also taking college classes, which she's like maybe a few credits off from graduating with her with a college degree, but she's not going to make it. So yeah.
So, wow, impressive.
So she's kind of out the door there. I'm like, damn, I'm hearing you beginning and me at the last end of everything, and finally going to be kind of like what you say, free. And
empty nester.
Yep. So
wow.
Yeah,
that's gonna be fun.
You're filling up your nest.
Louisiana is a great place to relocate, Laura. Just letting you know that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm in California, so just imagine that.
You got to get out.
I'm on a reservation, which is pretty much like we don't follow the California state laws.
Oh, okay. Then never mind. Stay.
Yeah, so we're fine. And then where I'm at is mostly red, I guess you could say, or kind of purple, if you want to say that. It's got conservative, a lot of dairies and people who do not like what's going on with the bigger cities and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, sensible people.
Basically, they're not batshit crazy.
Yeah.
No. He comes out of nowhere on mutes. Basically, they're not batshit crazy.
Yeah, I was making food. I realized I hadn't eaten in 24 hours.
Oh, damn.
Because I slept and I also forgot. So there's like a proper dinner in the oven now at
good.
What time is it? 8:22 in the morning.
Oh, wow.
No breakfast. I'm doing a full-blown dinner.
I eat with my because I'm changing up my nutrition, my diet, so I eat 5 times a day.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
I don't do that. I eat like once or twice.
That's really bad on your metabolism, though. You slow down.
Oh, you don't say.
Yes.
Yeah.
You
Oh, my
hold on
goodness.
to everything because your body's going into starvation mode, so it's going to hold on to everything that you put in it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Which means I have a belly that has perfect symmetry. Very proud of that one.
What is that?
Well, on that note, I do got to get up in the morning or in a few hours. So I just want to thank all my guests for coming on. Thank you, everyone. Like I said, I never would have done this if I didn't know that I was going to do a reboot right before I planned it. But I'm glad I did. I'm glad I got to talk to everyone.
Mhm.
And Tim texted me. He said he's sorry. He just finished Rhinos. I know he was on Rhinos.
Yeah,
said
he sounds so bored on that sometimes. He's like, okay.
Well, I told him he should. Well, I haven't told him this, but I wanted to text him back and say, well, you just could have just left Rhino, just deuces. If you really want to talk about Book of Boba Fett.
Poor Rhino.
I love Rhino. I sent him an
That's why.
invite too, but he probably hit the road. They don't check their emails. He and Lethal don't check email.
Yeah.
I'm old fashioned. So, but anyway, so thank you guests for coming in. Thank you, chat, for hanging out. This is amazing that we have. Oh, look at that, Alex. Boom. One more. Alex, that's going to be going to the bang that I'm going to have to drink in the morning because I'm going to be dead tired. But so thank you for that. And guys, I'm going to try to do another live stream next week if I can, because I know after that there probably will not be a March live stream. I mean, I'd like to have one, but the odds of that that's going to be a week after the kids are out there. I just don't see it happening. Not trying to be Captain Negative here, just being realistic. So it's going to be off. Like I'm not. You need to check out the expanduniverse.com. The inaugural video I will be a part of. We'll be recording it soon, and then playing it on my channel. It'll be premiering on my channel. So you can chat live. Twin Sons will be there this year. The tournament is sponsored by Twin Sons Foundation. They are going to be hosting it a lot. There's nothing more I love than dressing up, suit and tie, and laughing with Dylan every day. We do it ESPN format. And so the first inaugural video will be on my channel. After that, everything will be on the expandeduniverse.com. If you don't know about the expandeduniverse.com, it's a great website. We had a post by Ryder Winham this month. Ryder Winham also gave me this a long time ago. I just forgot to post up there, the alternate comic strip to the Applejacks droids. And he drew that out too, which is why it looks like garbage. But it's really interesting to hear see what the alternative, and it's basically just almost the same thing in a way. It's just a one flop joke on three comic book panels, but definitely something interesting. And I'm thinking about putting some more stuff out there on the website as we go along. But the tournament takes over everything in March, so definitely tune into the tournament. I cannot talk about what the subject is, but I guarantee you, everyone is going to love it. So you guys have a good night, and I